Hey guys, it's Kyle from AK Pro Films, and today let's create a glitchy title effect inside of Motion 5. Alright, so that is what we'll be creating today. Isn't it pretty cool? Well, I think it is. So let's dive into Motion 5 and let's create this title. Alright, now before we open up Motion 5 and create this title effect, there's one video you have to have, and it's this screen glitch video effect. And it just has a ton of screen glitches that will help us create this title. So once you have that downloaded from the description, let's open up Motion 5, go for a blank motion project of Broadcast HD 1080 with a frame rate of 30 FPS and a duration of 5 seconds, then press open. And then let's go over here to the percent and let's go to fit so we can see the whole working area. And we can just delete this group because we do not need it, because we are going to drag this video into the layers panel. And now, since it's inside this group, let's rename this to screen glitch. There we go. And we do not need to see the screen glitch, we just want to apply it to the title itself. So we can uncheck this box to hide that group. And now let's create another group. And inside of here, click on the group, let's press on text, and let's add some text, and I'm just going to call it glitch. And I'm going to put that all in all caps just to make it look a little better in my opinion for this certain effect. Now let's rename this group by pressing return command A, and let's call this text. And now with our glitch selected here, let's go to the inspector and let's go to appearance. We're good with the fill color. Let's go to format and increase the size. Now let's go to Avenir and let's choose black, just so it's nice and thick. And now in order to center this text in our canvas, we want to click and hold on our cursor and go to anchor point. And basically moving the anchor point allows the text to rotate and move from this certain point. So if the anchor point was way over here to the left, if you rotated the text, it would rotate along that point. But now since it is centered on our text just like so, using the helpful grids, we can go to fit it back to our canvas. And with our text, let's go to properties and position and zero out the X and Y. There we go. Now it's nice and centered on our canvas. Now it's time to add those screen glitch effects. So let's go to library, let's go to filters all, use the magnifying glass to search and search for bump map. We haven't used this before, so exciting. Alright, so drag that onto our glitch, go to the inspector and under map image, drag and drop this video glitch effect into that source well. And right off the bat, under controls, let's go to horizontal and vertical scale. And to learn the most using this tutorial, make sure to mess around with all of these values and make this text effect your own. Alright, so what we want to do is we can see that we have these glitch effects appearing on our text. It's really that easy, but let me show you how to animate this. So let's go to about 3 frames and let's cut the text a little bit so it starts off as no text, but then it comes on at 3 frames. Now with our bump map, let's decrease the duration a little bit and let's make it about 6 frames or something like that. And let's duplicate this bump map 3 times by pressing Command D 2 more times. There we go. We can see we have bump map copy, and bump map copy 1. And now with this bump map selected, let's move this copy over a little bit and copy 1 over a little bit more. We can decrease the duration a little bit just so we have a variety of different glitch effects. So on the first one, on bump map, let's increase the vertical scale a little bit, and horizontal, let's move it into the negative region so we move it more to the right. And then on our second copy there, or our first copy, then what we want to do is let's move it to add some variety, so bring it down and to the right. Alright, then on bump map copy 1, let's mess around with this a little bit just to make it crazy and make it different. So if we play it through, we can see we have these glitch effects happening. Alright, that looks really cool. Now throughout the video, let's add a couple random ones just to make this look really cool. So Command D to duplicate, and let's move this copy over a little bit and increase the duration. Then click on it in our bump map copy 1. Let's mess around with this a little bit to make it unique. Play through, we can see we have that glitch effect. How about over here, we duplicate it again, and let's duplicate it another time so we have 2 more copies. Move this over and then move this one over a little bit. So let's zoom in on our timeline a little bit, and I kind of want to have a little gap in between these just to add a little gap so it doesn't glitch, but then it comes right back to glitching a little bit. So on bump map copy 3, let's move this up a little bit, just like so. And then on this one, we will animate this one in a totally different way. So feel free to move this around just a little bit. Nice. So if we play through, it kind of has a little stutter. We can increase that gap by moving bump map copy 4 over to the right a little bit. And if you would like to stay organized, I totally recommend this. You can feel free to rename these to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. But I'm just going to keep it like that, just for simplicity. Then let's duplicate this one a little bit, or duplicate it again, and let's move it over a little bit, increase the duration, and let's mess around with this one a little bit just to make it totally different. There we go. And then let's animate this out, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. There we go. And this will be our outro sequence. So let's move this over, move bump map copy 7 over a little bit, and decrease the duration. And then with this one, let's decrease the duration just a little bit too. And on bump map copy 6, so let's look through it. There we go. Let's mess around with this one. So let's bring that up a little bit. This one, let's move to the bottom left-hand corner for bump map copy 7. So bring that over on the horizontal scale. And our last one here, let's bring this more to the center. So let's zero out these values just a little bit more. Maybe mess around a little bit with the horizontal. But there we go. I think we have a very cool glitch effect happening. So let's watch this and see what happens. Nice. Alright, that looks really cool. It has a ton of glitch effects, and I think that looks really sweet. So now what we want to do is we want to add some color separation. This just adds to the intro, makes it look really interesting. So I guess if you want to keep it this simple, go for it and you're basically done. But if you want to add some really interesting color separation, stay tuned and let's do that. So with this glitch effect, let's duplicate it one, duplicate it again, and let's rename this one, return command A, and let's call this one red. Let's call glitch copy, return command A, and call this one blue. Then with the bottom one, let's call this one green. There we go. And now let's go to library, filters, and let's search for levels. There we go. And then drag levels onto red. We can twirl that down a little bit. And then on blue, twirl that up a little bit. And on green, there we go. Twirl that up just so it looks better and organized. And then on red, let's go to filters. Let's go to our histogram under levels. Twirl up in red, green, and blue. There we go. And now since we're dealing with this red one, let's keep the red white in and white out to 1.0, but on green, let's drag those to 0, and then on blue to 0. So we get it red. Then on blue, let's go to the inspector, go to filters, and let's twirl on open the histogram, and since it's blue, let's drag down the red and the green, just so we have the blue, white, in and out to 1. Then on green, do the same thing, go to filters, go to histogram, twirl that guy open, and then let's bring down red to 0, 0, green at 1, and blue to 0. You probably have no idea what I'm doing, but let me explain. So basically we're having this red, blue, and green, and these will be our color separations. And it's just going to look really interesting. It's hard to explain, so let me show you a little bit more. So on red, let's go to Properties, go to Blend Mode, and go to Screen. Blue, go to Blend Mode, and open up and press on Screen, and it's back to our white text, which is cool. So a lot of different things happen with this color separation. When you mess with the position of each of them, it adds this really interesting color separation. So you can mess around with the position of all of these, like the rotation and all of that, and you get a really interesting effect. But since I want this intro to have like a blue and yellow vibe, I'm just going to mess around with the position X. So what we want to do is let's go to Object, New, Rig. And we probably never have dealt with rigs before, but they're really handy. So under blue and under position X, let's click on the drop down and go to Add to Rig, since this is a rig we're dealing with. And then go to Add to New Slider. And the reason why I'm using a rig for this is because I want to keep it all nice and neat on the slider without dealing with the position and transform features of all of these kind of individually. So I'm just going to use the rig for the blue X position. So under the slider, when it's at the 0 state, I want the blue to be at 0, so it won't transform in any direction. But then when I move the slider to 100, I'm going to go to blue.x, and I'm going to move this to, let's go negative, let's go with negative 23 sounds good to me. So basically when you move the slider, it will move the position of the blue X value, which is really, really cool. All right, nice. So now we can animate this rig and it'll animate the color separation. So let's say, how about right about here, let's add a keyframe. And then I want it to turn on. So jump ahead one keyframe. Let's animate that on to about 100%, which is negative 23 on the transform there for the blue X position. Then how about let's jump forward to here, which is 7 frames. Let's add a keyframe and then move forward 1 frame to turn it off, add a new one, and bring it to 0. If we play through, we can see we have that really interesting color separation. Now, repeat this same process for all the different areas you want to have the color separation. So I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. So add a keyframe, 1 frame, 1, 2, 3, frame, there we go. And back up. Let's go to 100, and maybe let's go to about that much, like so. How about right about here? Let's add another keyframe. So keyframe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keyframe. Jump back 2, maybe animate it to there. Jump forward to the next and bring it to 100. And how about right about here? Let's go add a keyframe, jump 1 frame, 1, 2, 3, frame, click, boom. There we go. And then mess around with that, bring it to 100, there we go. How about right about here, we add another keyframe, frame, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish frames, boom, boom, go back. By the way, I'm just going crazy fast right now, just so this tutorial doesn't take 20 billion hours. But if you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know in the comments section, because I love to help you guys if you have questions. So there we go. Mess around with the slider values. That looks pretty nice to me. Right there, 1, 2 maybe, boom, boom. There we go. That looks good to me. And let's see. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Maybe let's add one right here, because I think that's missing a nice color separation. So Keyframe, keyframe, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Nah. Go back. There we go. Add a keyframe, keyframe. Boom, boom. 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 There we go. That looks pretty nice. So let's play through this and see what in the world is happening to this text. So play. It glitches a little bit. Glitch. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I think that looks really sweet. If you don't like the way it looks, feel free to mess around with all the parameters to make it look your own. So I guess you could end here too if you want to, but I'm going to add another layer of complexity to this, and it's going to be totally sweet. So what we want to do, let's close the rig, and with our text, let's duplicate this text layer. So Command D, and let's rename this to text. TEXTWITH, text with bad TV. TV, not TV, TV. Boom. So basically, I'm going to add a really distorted television effect just to make this look even crazier. So open up the library, and instead of levels, let's open up bad TV. So drag and drop bad TV onto the text with bad TV effect. And it totally looks nuts. Let's turn off the text group so we just see the bad TV effect. And yeah, it looks really bad right now. You know why? Because we have to go to the inspector and make sure our fixed resolution is turned on. And what this does is it doesn't keep the effect in the text box. It allows it to fill the entire canvas. So if you're working with a 16 billion K project, or like a 4K, I don't know, then just change these fixed width and height properties, but I think it brings it in from the project properties when you create a new project. So 1920 1080 looks great to me. Now with our bad TV effect selected with the roll, let's turn that to 0 because it just makes this look really weird. So with our waviness, let's increase that just a little bit. Our static, let's bring that a little bit. Color sync, let's just put that to 1. Saturate, let's just reset the parameter. We don't need to mess with that too much. And our scanline brightness, I'm just going to bring it to right about there so we can faintly see those screen lines. Now, of course, you don't want the title to be all like this, right? So what we want to do is we want to add multiple masks to this so it only affects part of the text throughout this intro. So we can turn back on the regular text and you can see the bad TV is right on top. So let's close the text group here, but let's open up our text with bad TV effect. Now what we want to do is let's go to here, which is our mask properties, and let's add a Bezier mask right here let's go back a little bit. So right about here, let's add the mask right here, just so it affects this part. And with our mask, let's shorten this mask a little bit so it doesn't last the whole project. And this bad TV effect will affect this mask. All right, and now what we want to do, we can see that the bad TV effect has added to that one little frame there. That is okay. Let's go here and let's duplicate both of these. Or no, let's duplicate this mask. So Command D and move this guy over. Oh wait, no. Delete that. Let's click on text with bad TV and just add a brand new mask and just make it fill whatever part of the screen you want. Decrease the duration a little bit so it's not lasting the whole title effect. And let's Command D on this bad TV. Move it over a little bit so it's underneath the mask. So there we go, that looks nice. And right about here, let's add another one. So click on text with bad TV, add a brand new mask, just make it whatever shape you want. I'll go with this this rhombus shape, I guess. That looks about right. Now with the mask, let's decrease the duration. And with the bad TV, let's duplicate that and move it right below that Bezier mask. So that looks really good. Then let's add another one right here. So click on text with bad TV, click on our Bezier mask, and let's just go like this. Just create like a weird Pac-Man-ish shape, I don't know. So that looks pretty good. And then with bad TV, let's duplicate that and place that right underneath that Bezier mask, and extend it to the whole length of that mask. And let's do one more. So click on text with bad TV, click on mask, boom, 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 boom. There we go. And decrease the duration, and let's go right there. And shorten it to right there, maybe move it over to the right a little bit. Command D on the bad TV to keep all those bad TV settings. Place it right underneath the Bezier mask, and there we go. So let's play through this. Let's twirl close both of these. Twirl close this guy, and there we go. Let's watch it. Wow, this looks very glitchy. Wow, okay, there we go. We created this glitch title effect, and I think it looks absolutely sweet. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, and share your projects too. But one last thing too is when you export this project, you can throw it into your editor of choice and add some glitch sound effects. And I'm gonna throw a link to the sounds that I used for the sample project down below in the description, so you can add some glitch sound effects and make it sound more unique. Oh, I forgot to mention that there's one thing that'll make this title effect look even better. Now what you want to do is grab that screen glitch video and pop that above everything into its own group. And now what you want to do is you want to go to about 25% so you can see the whole canvas and working area, and go to rectangle and click and drag to create one. Now what you want to do is change the color of this rectangle to black, so this project will have a black background, and drag it out into its own group. Now close up the screen glitch one, and move this group down way to the bottom into its own group with the rectangle inside of it. And with the screen glitch group, what you want to do is click on the group and go to properties and go to multiply. What that's going to do is it's going to make this title look that much better by allowing a little flickering effect to happen inside of the text. So you can even split this a little bit to allow it to happen in certain places, but I'm just going to keep it to affect the whole project. And I don't want color to come through the video, so go to library and search for saturation. Saturation, here we go. There we go, saturation, hue and saturation, and drag that onto the screen glitch, the top one, and then go to the inspector and drag down the saturation. If you want to make this less noticeable, you can even mess with the properties and drag down the opacity. So you can see you have a slight little effect going on. Maybe let's go even to 15. There we go. I think that looks 10 times better. Well, maybe not 10 times, but it looks better, I think. So when you're ready to export this project into your editor of choice, and go to export movie, and then same as source, press next to your desktop and go screen glitch. And call it screen glitch final, or whatever you'd like to call the project, and then press save. So there we go. We created the final glitch title, and I think it looks really, really nice. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video where I showed you how to create a glitchy title effect inside of Motion 5. Down below in the comment section, as usual, let me know if you have any questions, and as well, I love to see your projects, so if you could put a link in the comment section, that would be sweet. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video again, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your day.